Hello and thanks for tuning in to Miami Television News. I'm Patrick Giblin.
I'm Brittany Cummings.
And I'm Lauren Schweitzer. In national news, Michael Jackson fans everywhere have been lining up in order to see This Is It. Based on 80 hours of video shot in the 3 months before the pop star's death, This Is It has already made its mark on audiences. CNN reporter Corrine Winter has more on the story.
That's a cool move.
Okay. When the king of pop died suddenly on June 25th, countless variables were thrown into question, including what to do with more than 50 hours of rehearsal footage shot for his sold-out London concert dates. An all-out bidding war resulted with Sony Pictures Entertainment paying a whopping $60 million for the right to turn the video into Michael Jackson's This Is It, a behind-the-scenes documentary-style film. Last days on stage. What's tonight mean to you being here?
Tonight means everything. The whole tragic thing is just a big build-up, but this was going to show the humane side to him and to show people what he was prepared to do.
It's an important movie to see because even though Michael would never want anyone to see him like halfway rehearsed, but he gave full out even during rehearsals.
Absolutely no body doubles, and it's all Michael, and it's unguarded and raw and real, and he's beautiful.
From director Kenny Ortega, the Jackson's brothers, those closest to the late superstar were all on hand for this historic event. My producer and I also snagged tickets. We're about to go in to check out the film. Immediately following the packed screening, crowds of Jackson fans, friends, and family made their way to the after party.
Michael really would have loved the response that the audience gave. They laughed in places that I didn't think they were going to laugh. They cried and they applauded. It was wonderful.
It's kind of hard for me at times, but that's why I keep this with me at all times.
Tell me what that is.
It's like talking to my brother. I keep it in my pocket at all times, you know. It's MJ right here.
And despite the rave reviews, the film still received some criticism, including some family members concerned about whether this is something Michael would have wanted the world to see, him doing a dry run. But for one night at least, none of that seemed to matter. In Los Angeles, I'm Corrine Winter.
This Is It is only expected to run for 2 weeks, but is projected to bring in more than $100 million. In other health-related news, the H1N1 vaccine is still in high demand and in short supply, but health officials say the production is still ongoing. Sandra Endro in Washington has the latest developments surrounding the vaccine.
Many people are still lining up for the H1N1 vaccine, but health officials say despite delays, about 8 million more doses have been released since last week, making for a total of 22.4 million vaccines available nationwide.
That's good news, not as soon as we would have liked it, but it does represent a significant advance.
The CDC had hoped to have 40 million doses available by the end of October. The White House confirmed the first daughters received their vaccines last week. Children, pregnant women, and people with underlying health conditions fall into the highest risk categories and should take priority in getting the vaccine. Still, some people question how safe it is. Health experts are trying to ease those concerns.
It's as safe as a vaccine can possibly be, and the risks of getting ill far outweigh the risks of anything that might be seen with the vaccine itself.
Federal health officials say there will eventually be enough doses for everyone who wants it. And they say going forward, public health should always be a priority, not just when a viral outbreak occurs.
We really need to have very strong public health on the ground in states, territories, communities to do the surveillance, to do the epidemiology, to do disease control.
Health officials say there will be more doses available by the end of the week, and the vaccine will become easier to find. In Washington, I'm Sandra Endo.
Are you someone who's interested in politics? Have you ever wanted to intern in Washington, D.C.? Miami University's Inside Washington program gives students the opportunity to live out that dream. Student reporter Laura Sedlecki explores the program.
If you want to ditch the small town of Oxford and experience a big city, then maybe the Inside Washington program is for you. Interested students have the opportunity to attend informational meetings as well as to find out more about the program. 2 Miami students shared their experience from Inside Washington and how it benefited them.
I would say if you're thinking about doing Inside Washington, or if you're looking for an internship, some sort of some extra experience, then definitely come to the meetings. At least talk to somebody who perhaps worked in the field you're interested in, or had an internship where you might think you want to work. You don't really understand everything you're going to learn until you get out there and do it. It was without a doubt the best experience I've had and the best decision I made as far as career planning or academic learning, things like that.
It's a good way to network with other people. You will meet many people that you will be able to keep in touch with that'll help you after you graduate, and it might be a good way to get a future job and to get your name out there. So I would definitely say it's a great idea.
A group of past Inside Washington students created a video of their experiences in DC, which is available on the website, which is muohio.edu/InsideWashington.
I have had a blast on this program. It's been so much fun. Who knew you could get so exhausted, not from being in classes, but from getting in and out of heels, going to your speakers, being professional, dressing up in the morning, not in jeans and sweatshirt, what everybody considers college attire. Another fun part of the DC program has been the living situation. You know, we're in apartment rooms, and so we live with 5 other people, and then we have a roommate, and we have a common area.
We also had a lot more times as a group to come and see the city. We toured the National Archives, the Library of Congress. We got an exclusive tour of the West Wing, in which we actually met the new press secretary, Dana Perino.
The Inside Washington Fall program is a really unique experience. They had had a summer program for years, but what's really wonderful about the fall program is that you have a 10-week internship versus a 5-week internship. And you also have 5 weeks of speakers versus 3 weeks.
Through Miami's Inside Washington program, you can land one of the best political and journalism internships in the country. So don't let this opportunity pass you by. Check out the Inside Washington program today. This is Laura Sedlecki reporting from MTN.
The Inside Washington program is offered in the fall, spring, and summer. Check out Miami's Inside Washington website for more information. Speaking of politics, the college Democrats and Republicans on Miami's campus have big plans for this year. Lead reporter Stephanie Miles tells us more.
Red or blue, Republican or Democrat. Even though the presidential election is over, political activity is still hot and alive on Miami's campus with the college Republicans and college Democrats.
Although they differ in opinions, both organizations hold their meetings in the same building and even the same room in Harrison Hall. On Monday nights at 8 p.m., the college Republicans claim the classroom.
Losing the White House, losing Congress has motivated some people who otherwise would kind of become complacent. I think that's one of the problems we, not just here, but nationwide kind of had.
Wednesday nights in Harrison Hall are dedicated to the college Democrats. Last Wednesday, State Representative Denise Driehaus spoke to the group.
Up and getting ready to go for next semester already. We're starting to look into some big name speakers, trying to bring someone back in with the same caliber as James Carville of last year. So.
Well, you know, we're coming off a successful election year, so we're trying to keep the momentum going.
Many members of both the college Republicans and college Democrats share future political aspirations. Maybe some will join what John Boehner has dubbed the Miami Mafia out in Washington, D.C.
For Miami Television News, this is Stephanie Miles.